Gold buying in WoW Classic is one of the most controversial parts of the game's economy. It's against the rules, but the black market is still booming with websites like G2G. And according to other content creators, Blizzard is constantly fighting a war it can't seem to win. It raises questions like, why can't Blizzard just shut down some of the gold selling websites? And what role does the WoW token play in all of this? Let's be honest, farming gold in WoW Classic is a grind. Between consumables, enchants, mounts, and repairs, it's easy to burn hours just to get raid ready. For players with limited time, the temptation to swipe a credit card is real, and that demand fuels an entire underground economy. Hold that thought. Let me get my wallet out. Websites like G2G operate in a legal gray area. They don't sell gold directly, they're marketplaces connecting buyers and sellers, kind of like an eBay. They're also hosted in different countries with vague terms of service that protect them legally. This makes it hard for Blizzard to take them down, since Blizzard's legal jurisdiction falls short when websites are operated outside of the US. Even if Blizzard gets one site taken down, another pops up, and the sellers just shift platforms, communicating via Discord, Telegram, or even private forums. It's a game of whack-a-mole. To cut off the gold at the source, Blizzard goes after bots. These bots grind 24/7, farming herbs, ores, and raw gold, then funnel it into seller accounts. Every so often, Blizzard launches a ban wave, sometimes banning over 100,000 accounts. But here's the problem. Bots are disposable. Sellers just spin up new accounts, use VPNs, and keep going. And some bots are so well scripted, they blend in with real players, making detection harder than ever. I will say that I honestly feel as though I don't encounter a lot of bots. If I do, maybe they're acting on a script that makes them feel like a real player. That doesn't mean gold buying and botting, in my opinion, isn't a problem. It's just the opposite. You log into WoW, you start playing your character in the open world, whether it's farming or getting a group together for a dungeon. Someone passes you by and you have no idea if that player is a bot or a real person behind the keyboard unless you follow them and watch their movements. My point in this is it's up to Blizzard to bring the ban hammer down on bots and gold selling accounts so the rest of us can play without a second thought. But that requires Blizzard to approach this problem in a way that doesn't change the play and feel of the game. So what is Blizzard doing about this problem? They aren't responding to bots in real time. Instead, they do massive ban waves every so often. Blizzard uses a mixture of behavior-based recognition, player reporting, and algorithm flagging to find suspicious accounts they suspect of botting and real money trading. Why does Blizzard wait? Banning individual accounts isn't really dealing a devastating blow to this global black market. Waiting allows Blizzard to see patterns, track accounts, and identify networks of bots, allowing them to do these massive ban waves which interrupt the gold selling just until these accounts eventually make their way back onto the game again. It's a cat and mouse game. Blizzard tracks and bans large amounts of botting accounts, while these gold sellers just find more intricate ways to hide themselves from Blizzard's flagging systems. Bots themselves, like I said, have become very intricate. They have become very human-like with the advancement of AI, and another thing is Blizzard's GM staffing has been reduced over the years, especially for Classic, so manual intervention is slow. Bottom line is Blizzard does use some advanced detection methods to track bots, but it's not 100%. The enemy can adapt quickly, and Blizzard does not respond immediately to all botting behavior. Speaking of all this botty behavior, let's see if we can go out of our way to find a bot. I logged on, flew to Silithus, and went to see if I could get a Black Lotus camper. In the past, I have found players hiding in the crystal rock formations, waiting for a Black Lotus to spawn so they can go and grab it. After the hunter logged out, I scoured Silithus looking for a bot and found this mage who looked to be doing some weird script-like movements. I followed him for quite some time just for him to stop and emote with his mount. I gave him the benefit of the doubt and moved on, but with all this said, bots are out there. You just gotta look closely since they're always improving their ways of hiding from getting recognized by Blizzard's bot behavior recognition. To fight back, Blizzard introduced the WoW token in retail WoW, and now it's it's even being thought about in Classic Plus. For real money, you buy a token and sell it in-game for gold. It's Blizzard's official way of letting you buy gold safely and legally. This directly cuts into black market demand. Why risk a ban buying sketchy gold when you can just do it through Blizzard guilt-free? Let's talk about pricing, because at the end of the day, that's what drives a lot of decision making when it comes to gold buying. On sites like G2G, you can buy gold for anywhere between $5 and $10 per 1,000 gold, depending on the server, faction, and how competitive the supply is. Now compare that to the WoW token, which costs around $20. In retail WoW, that might net you anywhere from 150,000 to 250,000 gold, depending on the market demand. But if Classic Plus introduces the token and the gold economy is smaller, the return could be much lower. In other words, the WoW token will almost always be more expensive per gold than the black market. And Blizzard knows that. They're not trying to undercut the market, they're trying to offer a safer, frictionless alternative. So what's the trade-off? Buying gold in the black market is cheaper, but it's risky. You're not just risking a ban, you're funding bot networks, account hacking rings, and gold laundering. And if Blizzard traces the gold you bought back to a banned bot account, they can strip it from you, or worse, ban your account too. The WoW token, on the other hand, is Blizzard approved, you won't get banned for using it, and it's secure, but you're paying a premium for that peace of mind. You're not just buying gold, you're buying safety. So when Blizzard says the token gives players a choice, what they really mean is, do you want to save money and risk everything, or spend more and stay clean? It's less about gold and more about how much account security is worth to you. Not everyone is happy though. The token may be safer, but it changes the economy. Gold inflation spikes, rich players buy raid gear early, and Classic loses that gritty MMO feel where time equals reward, or I should say, time equals money. Still, for Blizzard, it's a strategic move, cut off the black market by offering a better, safer alternative. However, if the WoW token isn't the ideal solution, what could Blizzard do instead to fight gold buying without undermining the spirit of Classic? Well, number one, maybe they could do stronger real-time bot detection. Blizzard could invest more into machine learning, behavioral detection to catch bots faster and more accurately, especially those running 24/7 or showing non-human activity patterns. Maybe do harsher penalties. Right now, most gold buyers slip through the cracks. Even when Blizzard catches them, the punishment is often just a 2-week suspension, while something like AFKing in Alterac Valley can get you banned for an entire month. That sends the wrong message. Raising the penalty could scare off more of the demand. Third is account progression caps. Another option to limit how much gold a new account can transfer or trade until they've played for a set number of hours, which would make throwaway accounts less valuable for sellers. Blizzard could also implement back-end tools that flag unusual gold movements, like big transfers between unrelated accounts, and investigate those patterns before it's too late. Lastly, maybe boost legit gold earning opportunities. Blizzard could make honest gold making more rewarding, whether through daily quests like in retail, events, or just scaling rewards so players don't feel forced to buy gold to keep up. The WoW token is one solution, but it's far from the only one. With smarter systems, better detection, and a commitment to keeping Classic pure, Blizzard might be able to hold the line without sacrificing the game's identity. Let me know in the comments, what do you think Blizzard should do? Should the token be added to Classic Anniversary and even Classic Plus, or should they go another route entirely? Drop your ideas below, and as always, pull up a chair, grab a mug, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mana and Mead. Not a single frost vulnerability, holy.
I got 99!
Did you really? Nice. Mana igniting cord. That's this for me.